Do we really live only once? This question touches the depths of humanity's concerns about the meaning of life and existence. Have you ever experienced a strange sense of familiarity when meeting a stranger, as if you had known him for many lifetimes? Or suddenly felt your heart vibrate intensely in an unfamiliar scene, as if you had just returned to a forgotten home? Or a nameless sadness, joy, or fear suddenly came upon you, with no connection to the present reality? Your soul has gone through more than one journey of life. Paramahansa Yogananda, one of the greatest spiritual masters of the 20th century, not only firmly affirmed the truth of reincarnation and the law of karma, but also opened the door of wisdom, leading us to understand the endless journey of the soul through countless lives. He affirmed, "You are not just the result of the years in this life. You are the sum total of all that you have ever lived, loved, suffered, in countless lifetimes." Paramahansa Yogananda. The soul, the eternal essence in the infinite flow of time. A great truth is always present: you are not this physical body. The body is just a temporary, finite shell, born, growing, aging and disintegrating according to the laws of nature. But the soul, that knowing, that is reading these lines, the essential being within you, has never had a beginning and will never have an end. According to Paramahansa Yogananda, death is not the end of existence. It is only a threshold of transition, where the soul gently sheds the old body, having completed its mission in one lifetime, to be ready to enter a new journey, a new class in the cosmic school of life. He wisely said, "Death is not the end. It is the shedding of the old shell, and the taking on of a new form, more suited to the next lesson of the soul." Paramahansa Yogananda. No one is born by accident. Each of us carries with us an ancient memory, an unfinished lesson, or an unfinished mission from distant lives. Reincarnation is not a punishment, but a golden opportunity, an opportunity for love to be extended, for wounds to be healed, for forgiveness to be complete, and for us to awaken and remember our true nature, where pure consciousness merges with the Supreme Being. Understanding the journey of the soul, how many lives have you lived? A deep sense that we were a part of something, somewhere, long before this life began. So, can we know the exact number of past lives? According to Yogananda, the soul does not store memories in numbers or historical dates. Instead, it records in vibrations, in accumulated wisdom, in the essence energy of the heart, intuition, and your current life circumstances that guide you to where you came from, what you have learned, and what you need to accomplish on your evolutionary journey. You may not remember your past lives in memory, but your heart, intuition, and current life circumstances are the map of your past lives. Paramahansa Yogananda. So, why don't many people remember their past lives? If the soul has lived countless lives, why do memories of them fade, even disappear altogether? The profound answer lies in a compassionate truth: forgetting is a grace, a divine gift. Just imagine, if you carried the entire burden of your past, every death you've experienced, every loved one you've lost, every mistake you've yet to make amends for, every pain and joy from countless lifetimes, would you have the strength and serenity to live a new life, with new lessons and experiences? Yogananda once said with great wisdom, "The soul is given the gift of forgetting, to learn anew with freshness." Yogananda. This forgetting is not a punishment or a shortcoming. It is a subtle defense mechanism of the universe, allowing the soul to be freed from the burdens of the past so that it can focus fully on the lesson and purpose of the present life. It creates a space for new beginnings, for growth to be unhindered by old memories. Past life memories only truly appear when the soul has achieved a certain level of purification, meaning you are strong enough to face without clinging to old emotions, not drowning in past pain or joy, humble enough to use those memories for your own awakening and evolution. These memories provide profound insights into yourself, your karmic patterns, and the path the soul must take to reach liberation. 7 profound signs that you are an ancient soul, according to Yogananda philosophy. 1. Strong intuition from childhood, hidden knowing. You have never learned, never experienced, but seem to know from deep inside. You have the ability to feel the true nature of others, premonitions of things that have not happened, or believe in great spiritual truths even though no one has ever taught you. Intuition is not a product of reason, but the crystallization of ancient wisdom, an energy flow from a soul that has lived, suffered, and reached awakening. 2. Quiet maturity, an old soul inside a young body. Have you ever met a child with deep, calm eyes that seem to see through the whole world? Or a young person, but the way of thinking and behaving is calm and profound like an elder who has experienced many ups and downs? Yogananda calls them old souls, ancient souls. They carry from the past the scars of experience, the lessons that have been engraved, and a maturity that cannot be learned in just one lifetime. 3. Sadness, fear of unknown origin from the present life. Do you carry within you a vague pain, an unnamed fear of the sea, fire, or betrayal, even though you have never experienced any clear events in this life? These could be deep imprints from a previous life, when the soul had to face loss, separation, or violent trauma, and has not been completely healed. Old karma does not disappear when we die. It goes into the seed of consciousness and waits for the opportunity to germinate. Yogananda. 4. The uncanny bond with people you meet for the first time. Has someone just come into your life that feels like you've known them forever? Or has a stranger suddenly touched the deepest parts of your emotions, both the beautiful and the painful? It could be karmic connections, unfinished spiritual bonds from past lives that are now being rekindled. 5. The unexplained attachment to a strange land, language, or culture. Do you feel a strong love for a city you've never visited? Or does an unfamiliar language resonate in your heart like a familiar melody? Are you strangely drawn to India, Egypt, Tibet, or other ancient wisdoms? This is no coincidence. It's a part of your soul that was left there, and now it's being awakened. 6. Flashing memories like dreams, scenes that do not belong to this life. A dream so vivid and real, a strong feeling of, I lived like that, wore that outfit, fought there, is not a mere imagination, but a whisper of a memory returning. In deep meditative states, many practitioners have witnessed fragments of past lives, not to recount, but to better understand themselves and the soul's evolutionary journey. 7. Unreasonable spiritual desire, an invisible homesickness. Do you love meditation, seek silence, long for connection with the Supreme Being, even though those around you do not care much about it? Do you seek something beyond material things, fame, possessions, something you cannot name, but your heart remembers very clearly? That is the sacred call from the source. It is the heartbeat of a soul that has grown weary of the whirlwinds of the world, and is now beginning its journey home. You seek God not because someone told you to. You seek Him because you have been close to Him, and now you are returning. Paramahansa Yogananda. These signs are not concrete scientific evidence, but they are whispers from the depths of the soul, subtle hints of a journey that transcends space and time. Reincarnation, not a meaningless loop, but the soul's evolutionary mechanism. While the popular view of reincarnation is a vicious cycle of punishment, Paramahansa Yogananda reveals a deeper truth. The soul reincarnates not because it is being judged or punished, but because it has not yet reached perfection. Reincarnation is not imposed by a supreme being, but comes from the unliberated karmic energy within us. Like an invisible gravitational force, these energies pull the soul back into the cycle of reincarnation, continuing its journey of learning and evolution. The soul is not measured by years, but by lessons. A true and profound question: how much awakening have I achieved in each lifetime? You may have lived hundreds of lifetimes, but still be stuck in the same lesson, repeating the same mistakes over and over again. Conversely, a soul may only live a few short lives, but if each life is lived fully in the light of awareness and consciousness, evolution will occur rapidly and dramatically. Time is not the measure of enlightenment. It is the depth of consciousness in each moment that is the measure of the soul. Yogananda. Karma, the string that pulls the soul back. What really drives us to reincarnate is the unresolved karmic force. In the universe of consciousness, every action, from the smallest thought, word, emotion, and deed, creates an energetic imprint. These imprints are karma. If these karmic seeds are not recognized, transformed, and purified, they will continue to reappear in future lives, creating circumstances and experiences that give us the opportunity to relearn and release that lesson. A clear illustration. A person born with an innate ability to heal, a keen intuition about health and spirituality, may have been a great healer or an enlightened meditator in previous lives, carrying with them the wisdom and positive energy of service. On the other hand, a person who carries deep wounds of abandonment, betrayal, or isolation may have been the one who caused those pains, or may have been the victim who has not yet let go of resentment from a past life. Yogananda taught, "You cannot escape karma. But you can release it, through the light of awareness and wakefulness in the present. We cannot run away from what we have sown. However, instead of resigning ourselves to it, we have the infinite power to transform it. When we face karma with awareness, love, and acceptance, the karmic knots will gradually be untied, and the soul will be liberated." How to know for sure how far you have come on your soul journey? The evolution of the soul cannot be measured by material measures or external achievements. Not by the number of times you meditate or the number of spiritual books you have read. Nor by whether you believe in reincarnation. Rather, it is clearly demonstrated by the degree to which you can live consciously with yourself, in every thought, every word, every reaction in your daily life. This is the truest measure. The more calm you are in the face of hurt, it is a sign that you have gone through and transformed a lot of pain. The more easily you let go of attachments, it is proof that you have deeply understood the lesson of impermanence. The more you live for others, with unconditional love, that is when you have overcome the limitations of the ego, merging into the flow of universal consciousness. Soul progress is not about the destination, but about the journey, about every conscious step you take in this present life. 7 signs you may be in your last life. 1. You no longer desire material things, but you don't hate them either. You can live, work, love, and enjoy the beauty of life without clinging to wealth, fame, or status. You don't have to give up the outside world, but the world no longer has the power to control and dominate your mind and emotions. This is a state of inner freedom. 2. You have a forgiving view of everything, even pain. You realize that everything that happens in life has a deeper reason, a meaning beyond what the naked eye can see, even pain, loss, or betrayal. You understand that it is karma, a lesson, an inevitable part of the great evolutionary plan of the universe. Resentment dissolves, giving way to compassion and unconditional acceptance. 3. You live simply, truly, and fully, without showing off. The need to prove yourself, to seek external validation, is gone. You don't need others to understand you or to name your enlightened state. You simply live, with the true light that radiates from within, with deep peace and contentment. 4. You miss God like it can't be repressed. The longing to connect with the divine is no longer born of fear of hell or external coercion. It is an invisible longing, a sacred longing that rises from the depths of the heart, like a child far away from home suddenly missing his true home. 5. You feel this is not home, but you no longer avoid it. You know that this world is just a temporary place, a stage for lessons. Yet you do not seek to escape from it, but live it wholeheartedly, giving it your all. You live as one who has found your true home within, and now, every moment is a full presence. 6. You desire to serve, silently or outwardly. A strong desire arises within you, to help others awaken, to share light and wisdom. This desire is not for recognition or praise, but because you realize that every soul is an inseparable part of yourself, and the enlightenment of one is the sublimation of all. 7. You do not fear death, nor do you cling to life. For you, death is no longer a terrifying end. You understand that it is merely a transition, a threshold from one form to another. You are ready, whether today or in another lifetime, to return to the eternal source of light, where the soul is completely freed from all bondage. Conclusion: this breath is a new life. If you have read this far, I believe one thing deeply: you are not a new soul. You carry within you a rich history, a stream of wisdom from countless lifetimes. You may have been a yogi in a cave, a brave warrior on the battlefield, a hard-working father, a gentle daughter, or a devoted monk in an ancient temple. These roles are just the clothes that the soul has worn. But today, at this very moment, with every breath you take in and out, you are the one who remembers who you are. Paramahansa Yogananda said a quote that resonates through time. Awakening is not learning something new. It is remembering what you have never forgotten: you are the light. Paramahansa Yogananda. Embrace this journey, for you are on the path back to yourself, to where you are, pure light. Om Shanti. Namaste.